Do you feel stressed out by existence, overwhelmed by the mundanities of being alive and unable to focus on your priorities? There's a particular kind of stress I hate. I mean, obviously, all stress is bad, yes, but some stress at least feels earned. There's a big bad scary thing looming over me. Well then yes, of course, stress is the natural, dare I say, logical reaction. But you know the low-level, seemingly baseless kind of stress, where you wake up on a Saturday with a whole weekend free and maybe a very manageable to-do list, but you still feel like you're being hounded by Peter Thiel. Honestly though, that's a valid feeling, you probably are, as both of these scenarios are occurring in my life right now, and to mitigate the big bad scary, I need to actually be on top of my shit. Today, we are trying to manage that second type of stress by exploring the mental lag that unfinished tasks cause us, and closing some of those loops. Let's go! So I think we can all agree that big unfinished tasks cause us stress. They play on the mind, constantly nagging and just like dragging down the vibe. The thing is, I would have thought that only applies to, well, important things. Like yeah, an impending deadline kind of should play on my mind because it's important and it needs to be done. However, what if the same mental strain applies to everything you don't finish? Minute things like laundry, unanswered texts, the book you want to finish, that one item you've been planning to sell, and so on and so forth. Even if it's not the same glaring internal warning sign, if all of those little unfinished tasks come with their own cognitive drain, well, there's only so much soup in the pot. For this video, let's call all these incomplete tasks, no matter how little, open loops. This is an idea that comes up in ADHD online spaces a lot, but I think is applicable just in general. So TLDR, having all these open loops constantly playing on your mind is a cognitive drain and a contributor to that feeling of low-level stress and overwhelm. Setting time aside to intentionally close those loops can make you feel better. Now, let's actually talk about what we mean by closing loops, because it's not as be-all end-all as it sounds. And yes, of course I did make a free template that you can use for this, but that's later in the video. We'll get there. Essentially, we're just taking those unfinished, constantly cycling tasks from our brains and doing at least a small step. Even if that step is just writing them out and putting them in a place to get to later. We're basically signaling to our brain, hey, chill, this is getting worked on. It doesn't have to be the whole thing. You can break tasks down into smaller chunks or micro loops, and you can even just set aside a dedicated time or day to work through them. And while we're talking about closing loops, here's a sneak preview at one of the tasks we're going to complete later. The first project on my list is a fun one. I'm making my cat a mini bed for her mini apartment. I bought the bed base from IKEA ages ago, but it has sat gathering dust in a box until now. The plan has always been to paint it and cover it in folksy art. Yes, Pinterest will one day pay for the crimes committed against my bank account. I had no experience with this art style though, so I kept putting it off until I took a class on making botanical folk art with Posca pens on Skillshare. That gave me the confidence I needed to tackle this project. This class was super beginner friendly. It broke down every part of the process. There was even an easy to copy doodle reference sheet, which was really handy and is a practice I'm going to use for my own patterns when I paint the bed too. Here's how some of my practice patterns came out. Skillshare is the best place to learn a creative skill or pick up a new hobby. If you're looking to reconnect with your creativity and maybe avoid brain rot, Skillshare is where humans come to learn from other humans. As a little treat, the first 500 people to use my link in the description or scan the QR code on screen will receive a 1-month free trial of Skillshare. Where does this idea come from anyway? Jump scare, it's me. Hi. I'm a real YouTuber now. I have a whiteboard. The zeigarnik effect describes basically this exact thing, right? It's a psychological phenomenon where the brain remembers incomplete tasks more than completed ones. And this was initially inspired by an observation of waiters who would remember their incomplete and unpaid orders very well and then promptly forget their completed ones ever existed. I'm paraphrasing. Wait guys, this is literally me right now. Quick fact check, okay? Bearing in mind, I'm not a scientist, I'm not a psychologist, I'm simply a crow girly with a microphone. You know how it goes. Girl, mama is trying to pay your rent, okay? Chill. Or get up here and work. Okay, where were we? And she's gone. My introduction to this whole closing open loops idea was through the ADHD tips side of the internet, where the zeigarnik effect is often brought up hand in hand. Okay, so in researching the zeigarnik effect for this video, I did find out that it is not airtight, not without its controversies. Apparently the effect has been hard to reproduce in modern studies, it kind of overlaps with other things, yada yada yada. The thing is, I don't know if that helped or hindered with lighting. I think this side is better. Wait, this thing is literally on wheels. Why am I like this? Right, back to the point. So the thing is, Google has fucking ruined search results, okay? The AI feature that I literally did not ask for is not only annoying, but it's completely fucking useless and just hallucinates crap, complete crap that is unrelated to the sources that it links, or actually unrelated to high praise. It completely contradicts the sources that it links. And so, although I know that there are certain critiques that exist of this, I cannot accurately tell you exactly what they are. And the only real concrete thing I could find was a YouTube video. And baby, I can make YouTube videos, so we cannot take them as gospel. However, while I will obviously always do my best to not like spread rampant misinformation, it just doesn't really matter that much outside of the context of this whole idea. So we're probably just gonna leave it at that, to be honest. So let's move on. We're going to try out a system for keeping track of open loops, and then we're going to work on some together. Our battle plan is simple. First, you're going to brain dump everything you need to do, every outstanding task demanding your attention, and then we're going to move it over to, well, whatever place you will actually check it. I've made a free Notion template for you, and you guys know I live and die by how well the Notion servers are running. There was downtime today, a year has been shaved off my life. And let me show you real quick how this works. There is also a little explainer at the top of the template. So you have a database of tasks, fill out as much as you like or as little as you like, nobody is chasing you with a gun. As a girly with executive function issues, I did create a task template, so this helps you break down tasks into more manageable steps. And this could also be useful for the bigger projects that you'll need to come back to, because even if you can't do the whole thing, you can work through it enough to shut your traitorous brain up. If it's useful for you, there's also a progress and importance column. And again, this is a free template. The download link will be in the description box. Feel free to customize it, do whatever you want with it, eat, drink, be merry. So now that we have our system, let's try closing some open loops. One of my long-running YouTube plans is to make my own B-roll, but to keep with our like fun visual style we have here, I want to make miniature sets and use cute tiny things instead of straight up recording myself. For that, my plan is to do a mixture of thrifting secondhand dollhouse furniture, probably Sylvanian families, and DIYing stuff. But for some reason, I just keep putting it off. And I have also just not filmed new Crow Girly B-roll in a hot minute. Sorry about that, by the way. So a little bit of work on that is our first task. And while I do all that, now is a good opportunity to do a quick channel touch base. I am very excited to return to my normal, I guess more research videos. The past month and a bit has been very lifestyle heavy. I explained why in my video yesterday. And look, there's nothing wrong with lifestyle content, and I hope you guys do enjoy a bit of behind the scenes once in a while, but I'm excited to be back to normal for July. And I have been plotting, so there's some channel changes coming up, hopefully some production value improvements. We're gonna have a good time. So this is a 2-for-1, yeah? I have a project that I have been really wanting to do, that being customizing my YouTube journal cover. If you guys saw my video on homemade craft kits, you'll remember that I made a foil embossing kit, and I've actually already used it to create this journal cover. The thing that I desperately want to do though, is I really want to customize the front pocket of this journal, and I keep putting it off thinking, oh, save it for a big YouTube video, but the ghosts of creative future are haunting me. So I'm just gonna do it, because I can save the footage, it's not a big deal. And it also hits another one of my open loops, which is to get back to posting on TikTok. It's just part of my job. It helps me to widen my net of opportunity and to be less reliant on one platform with algorithms and stuff. I just need to do it. I started off doing TikTok and now it's been like a month. And anyway, yeah, that thought has been nagging at me for a while. So 2 loops we are closing here. Okay, so editing me, obviously I scripted this thinking, I've done this project before, it's gonna go great. This time was actually cursed. So the first time I did it, I had the foil on the wrong side. fantastic. That time, it came out beautifully, but just not on the journal, on the piece of paper instead. However, I was like, okay, I will not be defeated. I have got this. I'm just gonna do it again with a slightly different design. Did it on the right side this time. I don't know what happened. Really and truly, I don't. It came out so badly. This was a flop. Time to tackle the cat bed I mentioned earlier in the ad you totally didn't skip. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, at this point I was a bit over this, and the prospect of honestly like the mess of painting the bed, having to leave it to dry, I just did not have it in me. And to be fair, this is actually where the whole challenges part of the Notion template is good, because it helps you to identify where there's friction in a task and whether there's a way around it. So for me, because my pain point was just the whole painting of the bed and the time that goes into that, especially in winter, I decided to just not paint the bed. It's been enough time that it has been sat in the box. If I were gonna do it, I probably would have done it. So I decided to just use paint pens for the designs and leave the base unpainted. And honestly, nothing motivates me like spite and hatred. So if it looks ugly without the base coat, that will motivate me to repaint it anyway. But for now, that loop is closed, I am free. And ultimately, the idea of closing open loops is really simple. But I feel a lot better for having given myself a set space and dedicated time to try it. With running my own business and life, tasks constantly pile up, and as a chronically overwhelmed girl, it was quite nice to clear a few off of my plate. If you are also overwhelmed, you can check out this playlist for some of the tools that I've personally tried and enjoyed, and if you just need some background noise, check out this compilation video. As always, thank you to my channel members, and thank you to you for being here. Okay, bye!